Thank you, camera lady.
You're welcome.
It's breakfast! You guys hungry? Who's ready?
Hi, Bucky.
Morning, Bucky.
They're eating. The pigs are eating right now.
Yeah, better get them more food.
Yeah. They're going. Eating. Look at you, boy. You're patient. Those three were patient, and then they just come dancing over there.
Thank you, camera lady.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Bucky.
Oh, Bucky.
Morning, guys. It has been a couple of weeks since I've given you an update, but welcome back. It is a Saturday morning, and it's finally like in the 80s for today. It's been really hot and well, kind of miserable, and things have just been busy. Had a lot going on, but we've had some changes and updates to bring to you guys. And Eden here, bonked her on the noggin. Eden and I here, we're gonna take you guys along and show you a few things that have changed. Ain't that right, Eden? We have a surprise for them, don't we?
Yeah.
So,
We
yep.
can't tell you what it is. At the very end of the video, you guys will show you what the surprise is.
All right. Well, we won't make you wait all the way to the end, but yes, we nothing's really changed with the pigs. They've got our back pasture here, and they're still growing. We've got at least 2 or 3 that are going to be ready to go this fall, and you know, it's getting into August, so we got to start planning for that kind of stuff. And these guys will be due hopefully soon, get them moved into the woods, but it's one of those timing things, because as you can tell, I can't even keep up with all the bush hogging and stuff. So anyways, I still gotta water these guys. I poured water down my boot. Now Bucky here, he's been to the groomer too, first time.
Wait, does he like to scratch under his arms?
Oh yeah, he likes all kinds of.
Ears?
He likes all kinds of scratching. You mean under his ear?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes it. Yep. So he's been such a good boy. All right, we're gonna get up. I almost set up the road here, but I guess up our little dirt road here and get back to the rest of the chores. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Dad, can I come in?
All right, guys. Oh, that sun is brutal. Let's see if I turn you guys this way. That's a little better. So this is our younger flock, which you guys probably haven't seen for at least a month. This is the Bielenfelders and the red stars, and what I think is a black leghorn rooster. But regardless of whatever his lineage is, that is Mohawk. So that's his name. Anyway, I don't know if you guys know it around here very well, but anytime we talk, the roosters have got to crow. Anyways, these guys have been doing good. They just recently started laying, which is awesome. So we're starting to get a lot more eggs, and he's starting to finally get his big boy rooster sounds. So we got to feed them. Here, you want to hold this while I feed them?
Can I come in?
Well, we're not going in there. We're just gonna feed them the water.
Okay.
All right. Water.
Mommy, Dad, the camera went off.
It's still on. The screen's off, but the red light's still on.
Yeah, it's beeping.
Is the red light still on?
The red light is beeping.
Yeah, that means it's still on.
Then
Here, I'll make it where you can see it. There you go. Oh, I scared him, didn't I?
yeah. Sometimes that happens. This is our Vego chickens.
Yep. All right.
Let's go. We have a surprise.
All right, guys. Good morning, ladies. This is our elderly chicken home over here. And as you guys can see, our chicken run is, well, it's pretty bad. I have not been able to keep up with things, and I was letting the chickens free range pretty much the entire property in this area, and it got neglected because they didn't want to be in here. So we got a lot of what I think we call horseweed, maybe. I don't know what that stuff's called, but it's big and thick, and I can't get the tractor in here to cut it down, and I'm kind of afraid to put my mower in here. So a couple weeks ago I came in and I started weed eating and knocking it all down. Put the brush cutter blade on my weed eater and I started cutting. But that was awful. It was like 96 actual temp, and I had the feels like was well over 100, and it was terrible. And I went inside and took a break and told my wife, I keep saying I'm gonna get goats, and we just haven't ever done it. And I was like, I really would like to have some just to help keep the property cleaned up around the fences and stuff. And well, what did we do, Eda?
Get goats.
We decided literally that day. I was watching a video, or I'm sorry, I was scrolling through Facebook, and a friend of ours were selling goats, and that was literally minutes after I told my wife we're going to get goats. And so there they are. They've not learned to trust us fully yet, but we got a pair of Nigerian dwarf goats. And these guys, man, that rooster, these guys are about 6 months old. Ain't that right, guys? You gonna let us pet you this morning? We'll bring you some treats.
They're just staring at me.
Yeah, they're watching to see what you're gonna do. And guys, that chicken right there, hope you can see it, that is that baby chick that hatched here several weeks back. Look at it grow.
It looks a little bit different than its mama.
Yeah. Probably gonna scare it, guys, but we're gonna sneak over here. Look, there it is. Yep, it's scared of us.
He's like, how do I get out of here?
You know, I thought that was a hen, but that actually looks like it might be a rooster. Here, Eden, hold the camera so I can go catch it. Oh, easy, 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 easy there, buddy. Easy there, buddy. Yeah.
That's a rooster?
Uh-huh. I think that's definitely a rooster. Look at it. So look. I'll show you. Oh, easy there, buddy. Alright. I hadn't looked at it up close in a while, but look. See how these feathers are pointy?
Yeah.
See how they're pointy? And they're not like more rounded, kind of like that. The girl chickens, the hens, their feathers that are on their neck are going to be more rounded. Plus, easy there, buddy. Easy there, buddy. Look how big his leg is. See how big that leg is?
Mm-hmm.
That's a rooster leg. And last but not least, easy, bud. He's scared. We're not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. All right. Look at these feathers on. See the tail feathers? See how long they are? You gotta back up and point the camera at it so they can see too. See how long those feathers are? Boy feathers.
Is that mom gonna hatch any more?
One day, I'm sure she might. But yeah, this is our first chicken that's ever been born here. Look at that. What do you think, Eden?
It's good. I like that chicken.
It's nervous. That's a pretty chicken.
That's a pretty chicken.
All right. We're gonna still do some food and water for all these guys.
That's our rooster too.
Yeah, there's Jack. That's Daddy. He every once in a while he gets a little testy. He's usually pretty good, but he got kind of testy with me the other day, and we had to get right with him. And he's been pretty good since. Remember, be gentle and slow. Crouch down. Reach out and pet him. We've only had the goats for a couple weeks, and we're still learning to socialize them. start getting used to it.
Oh man, look.
Uh-oh. The chickens are getting into the goats' food. Get out of here, guys.
Well, that was pretty bad.
That's all right. Don't throw the good food out, okay? Sure. Let's see if Eden can feed them again. We haven't come up with names for these guys yet.
No. I want to name the black one.
We'll think about it, Eden. We ain't got to come up with something right here.
Andy.
Andy?
Yeah, it's from Toy Story.
Oh, yeah?
I want to name the black one Andy.
That's not a terrible name. We'll see.
Or...
Alright, just put their food back in their bucket because they're a little nervous, okay? We'll let them have some space. See you later, guys. Look at them. They're instantly relaxed, Eden, when we back away. See how nervous we make them? Because they don't know us very well yet. See that? Alright, let's back on out of here. Watch for that rooster. So I almost forgot to fill you guys in on another little challenge I've had since getting the goats. So the great news is, believe it or not, this is better than it was. And the only thing I've done in here is weed eat along the fence to pull it away from the fence. And then step on some of those big pieces every once in a while. But that's pretty much it. The goats have been doing a great job. But if you know goats, two things. They need entertainment. I'm not worried about them really escaping this area. It would be, dare I say, near impossible for them to get out of this area as small as they are, but goats are goats, so we'll see. But I do have an issue with them getting in to where I was trying to keep the chicken feed. So if you guys will remember, I put up this old janky fence setup to try to keep the pigs out of the chicken feed, and that absolutely did not work. They just pushed right underneath it. I mean, it was a long shot anyways. So I tried to do that for the chickens' feed for the goats, and it worked for a couple of days, and the goats figured out there was food in there, and they just started mashing the fence down to get in. So I've been meaning to pull that out for months anyways. It just hasn't been a priority. So I need to see if I can't figure out a way to keep the goats out of the chicken feed, but also let the chickens be able to get in it. It's kind of just a big old deal. So Eden just reminded me of when the goats got in there. So Eden, you tell us what happened.
The white one got his head stuck, and his horns were like back here, and like he couldn't get it back out. And the black one was in the whole fence. He absolutely just couldn't get out.
That's true. I had to rescue him because he got his head stuck in the fence. But again, even though I've never raised goats, I know about goats a little bit from reading and watching some of you guys, and even just talking to the people I got them from. So goats will be goats. All right, guys, I made it back. I am going to go ahead and work on this chicken coop, keep the goats out of the chicken feed setup here. You know, ideally you try to have an area where the chickens can get to, of course, but the goats can't. And I tried the bucket feeder. I don't know if you guys remember, I had the chicken feeder that I made out of the 5-gallon bucket with the little portholes in it. I've got a video making one of those. Loved it, used it for like 2.5 years, I think, about two and a half years. Anyways, the bucket started getting pretty dry rotted and sun baked, and it was getting brittle, and the goats finished it off. So threw that out, and I've just been giving them just basically just enough feed at the time, which is not what I really want. I want the chickens to have kind of free access throughout the day, not just in the mornings and evenings. So I've got to get this fixed. I'm gonna make another one of those feeders, but in the meantime I need to create like a separation area. And I'm pretty sure from the previous owner. I don't know how well you guys can see that. This like little run-in overhang here shares a wall with that little closet basically out here in my building, and it's got holes cut in it where I believe he had it set for chickens to be able to go in and out of. There's no floor in there, it's just a dirt floor, and so I'm pretty sure that's how he created the separation to let the goats in and out. But I don't want to lose that space to storage or for storage, even though I haven't really used it as much as I should for that. So we're not going to do that, but what I am going to do is try to do it underneath this coop. And I know I've said several things like, guys, I'm going to eventually build new coops, and I really want to do this and that, and I genuinely want to do those things. But like everyone else, I've got a lot going on. It's busy, and money's, you know, not just growing on trees. If it was, I might be okay. But anyways, sorry for rambling. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on this. My coop's 4x8, 4 foot by 8 foot. So I've got two 16-foot hog panels that I'm gonna use to enclose this. I'm gonna figure out how to hinge one of them so that I can at least get in and out of that, you know, as I need to. And that ought to keep the goats out. Hopefully the chickens will figure out how to get in and out, and I can figure out the best way to get an opening big enough for them, but small enough to keep the goats out. So wish me luck. Alright guys, I've got this area cleaned up. I decided to bring that old igloo doghouse in here because I originally got that from somebody that was just throwing it out. Or I mean, I think they knew we had Lucille at the time and asked if we wanted it, and I said yeah. And even when she was little, she just really wasn't interested. So it's been sitting for like 2 years and I forgot all about it. But I thought, well, until I get something in here for the goats to play on, maybe they can hop around on that thing or whatever. It ain't hurting anything, I guess, sitting there. But anyways, per usual, squirrel moment. So I got this area cleaned up. Probably need to pull a few more weeds, but for the most part I got this done. There was a wasp nest under there, so if you saw me running, it's because I smashed it with a hammer and then ran like a banshee because I didn't want to get stung. I am using these fence post screws. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think those will work pretty well. They're removable in case I need to take this down, which I assume at some point I will, because even though I'll be able to maybe climb in there, I'm going to need to be able to probably open it up and eventually get rid of this. Alright guys, so here's the vision. So my plan is to fix 2 of these sides semi-permanent, and I still don't know how I'm going to hinge the other 2, but I don't know, we'll figure that out. Alright guys, I've been contemplating what to do with this next, and I did get my gate hinged down here, my panel rather. Just throwing a chain on one side for now. Couldn't find a second chain, so I'm only going to hinge one of these for now, and I decided to hinge one of the larger ones. And I just screwed the rest, but what I did was take these screws, let's see if, yep, and I put them just tight enough to where this will swing. And eventually I'll hinge that back one. But what I'm trying to figure out now is how to make a gap big enough for the chickens. So I know many of my chickens will walk through that panel now, which is, I think, is it a 6x6 or a 4x4? I can't remember these holes. Oh no, I'm wrong. Sorry, they are 6x8 holes. I guess the other ones are 4x4 maybe, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I was looking at trying to make it roughly 10x10 to allow it to be easy for the chickens to get in and out, but I think that'll be small enough to keep the goats out. The problem is in order to do that, I'm gonna have to like basically fabricate something to make the hole exactly what I want. So I'm contemplating cutting some of these cross sections out of the panel here, and then welding them back in where I want them. It's galvanized steel, and I'm not the best welder, so I'm on the fence about that. Plus it's been pretty dry, and there's a lot of dry material around, so I'm not overly eager to get the welder over here to do this. The good thing is I have that little, I call it a little backpack welder, but it's a little carryable welder. So I might end up doing that. All right guys, I think I say that every time. Sorry if that's annoying. After getting that cut open and seeing the size of that hole, I'm absolutely certain the goats are going to get in there. So I'm going to go ahead and thanks buddy, every time. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go grab my welder, yeah, and see if I can't cut and weld in just the little pieces, the cross pieces that I cut out, and make it 10x10. So like I said, I know that it's galvanized, and galvanized can be welded, but it's a little more challenging. It gives off toxic fumes and stuff. But regardless, we're gonna give it a go, see if I can make that work. I mean, worst case, I can't. Best case, it works.
still hot. That was dumb. Real dumb. That was hot. All right. Let's get right back there. All right.
Okay. I'm quickly learning that, you know, farm repairs and good repairs don't always mean the same thing, but I've seen a lot of farmers repairs that just work, and pretty optimistic this one's just gonna work. All I did was take the cross section out and I turned it and welded it back in here. I'm gonna cut this off and then I'll have my 10 by 10 for the chickens. So that should do it. All right, that's our finished product. I am optimistic. I think the goats, if they were stubborn enough, could squeeze through that still, and I'm just hoping they won't. And I'm hoping the chickens will be willing to go through it, because not all of them are always willing to go through smaller spaces, but we're gonna see if we can't train them to it, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. And if it doesn't work, we'll figure something else out, and I'll bring you along for that too. But either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with me, as I know I'm not uploading as much as I had been in the past. I'm still just getting the hang of things with work and busy season in the summer. You know, 3 kids and all the farm stuff I'm doing. I really enjoy sharing it with you guys, and I enjoy the feedback and a little bit of the community that comes with that. You know, it's tough. But either way, I hope you have a blessed day, and thank you again for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.